here gathered today to correct the exercises. The fish species exercises. Very good. Everyone behaved very well. Yes, it is very good, the first one. I mean, it's not because being the first is very good, but I mean, it's not the best, but it's very good. Now, how did you find, I mean, before we go to the correction of the exercise, how did you find them? I mean, to everyone behaved very well. In comparison with the other species, yes.
It was fine. It was easy that it wasn't so restrained. We had some more things to think about, I guess, which was fine for me.
Yes.
There weren't that many new rules. So yeah, good.
No, okay. Actually, yeah, rules, like rules, they're not. It's just a combination. But yeah, very good. Laura, how do you find them?
I felt it was pretty much the same as the other ones, to be honest. I don't think it was harder or easier.
Okay, and it is?
I think it was fine. Or I did it super wrong. And I felt it was super easy. I mean, not super easy, but I felt it quite smooth.
Yeah, when we are very confident we did something amazing, either we did amazing or yeah, no, I understand what you're saying. Yes, okay. Okay, so we're going to start with Iris, actually, yeah, her exercise. There you go. Let's see. Let's listen to it fast. And I always say the same thing, but you're going to understand. We are all correct in this, not only me. Yeah, so if you see something, if you want to share something, you're most welcome to say it. Okay. You have interesting line. I mean, you try to move as much as possible. I mean, not say a stationary line, but very wavy. Very good. Okay, before I start, anyone wants to say something or saw something that stroke their attention? Georgios.
The second part. Yes. It's the quavers come in the third beat, which is the only moment, actually, I think, which we don't do. It has to be in a week.
Exactly.
And it's not the step. It doesn't leave a step.
Yeah, it doesn't resolve by step. Exactly. So it is.
That's it.
Yes, very good, Georgios. Yes, exactly. Yeah. You have a fourth. Yes. Be careful with the fourths because they don't sound wrong for us. Yes, but if we judge by our ear, yeah, the fourths, it's not clashy or dissonant. Yes, if you had a second or seventh, maybe that triton that clashes more. So by ear. Maybe you listen to it and you think it's fine, but not by the rules. Yes. So you have on the third beat. Remember, the first and third are stronger beats. Yes, or we make them strong. Actually, they're not strong by themselves. Yeah. And one of the things that I I see that is characteristic from all your exercise, you really like scape tones. I don't know if you have noticed that.
What? I really like what?
That you're always composing with scape tones. Scape tone is I mean, it has this type of design. No, it is not a scape tone, because scape tone would be dissonant, this one, consonants, and then consonants. But this design of up a tone and then descending leap or skip, very characteristic. Just from an outsider. But in this case, it's not right. Yes. First of all, one, like you said, is on the third beat, semi-strong, and then is abandoned, let's say, by skip. Yes, it should have been like that. Yeah. But, well, if this is another note, let's say this is A, say, yeah, okay, good. Yes. All the same is in the third beat. Yeah. Okay, very good. And then you have, there was another fourth. Yes. By leap, okay, on the second beat, but it's a leap, ascending. There are two reasons why this fourth is very noticeable. One is the highest of this short passage in this 1, 2, 3 bars is the highest. Yeah. And then it's taken by leap as a fourth. Yes. Considered a leap. And then, well, beautifully compensated, I must say. Yeah. But, and also because it changes direction in that note. Yes. Again, careful, because when you're judging just by your ear, yes, you're not realizing that perhaps you wanted to, I mean, you have clearly two notes that they are structural, yes, F and A, that's fine, yeah, but you're considering this as it's like a modern harmony, like you would do a scape tone again, yes, in a weak part of the beat and going to a harmonic, yes. So you're still very influenced with modern harmony, yes. Careful with that.
Sorry, I should it have been in the previous beat, the leap?
The leap, I mean, it's not. I mean, the leap itself is very well done. I mean, you made a leap towards the A, and then you compensated. That's fine. The thing is a fourth, and the fourth is a dissonant interval. Any dissonant interval cannot be taken by leap or skip. Yes, and also it depends on the species. It has to be treated specifically. If you had put, for example, a G, this could have been correct. Yeah, because this is a dissonance. The classical passing note. And then all these bars would have been about F. Yes. And by the way, the location of these quavers are correct. On the last beat, yes. It could have been on the second and the fourth. Yeah. And they are taken by taken by a step and abandoned by step. Yeah, so all these quavers, yeah, fine. The only thing that, sorry, it is?
Sorry.
No, tell me.
So the other lip on the bar number 5, it's also wrong.
Well, this one, yes. Or
No,
which one?
on the bar number 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, why? Because they're consonants. Look, you have to always consider the counterpoint. I mean, which is the other note. This one is perfect because you have a third and you have a sixth against the E.
Yes.
Yes, and then you have here, remember you have a fourth, you have an octave, you have a fourth. But the problem is not this, yeah, it's not this leap, it's the dissonance that makes, yeah? Amazing. Careful with this E again. Do you see that you have a pattern of composing? That I saw even before.
I mean, I just try to feel the rules. I mean, I don't know.
No, I know, but the thing is that the rules cannot be felt. Maybe that's why. I mean, you have to. It's more rational. Yes, that's why don't judge by your ear. You're judging too much by your ear. In some things, yes. I mean, at least compromise. Yes, combine. Yeah. Because this is something that you would do in modern harmony. This is an escape tone, clear, yes. Well, this is not a proper escape tone because it's the consonants, but is what would you do? You take by step the escape tone, and then you abandon by leap, yes. But all the same, it's good on the fourth beat, but thing is abandoned by skip. That's the problem, yeah.
Sorry.
How about the way that you resolve this? Let me see. Georgios. Is this correct? Bar 12. Why, it is also. Or Laura. Anyone. Resolution of this.
The bar itself is fine. No, actually, no, it's too early.
There you have it. Why is too early?
The resolution should be on the strong.
There you go, yes. This is the little details that we learn, yes. It is. Look at this. You made a, yes, very good, Georgios, exactly. Laura, pay attention also, yes. That today you disappear and disappear. I see you pop, 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 pop. Laura's gone. No, she's back. No, Laura's gone. No, she's back.
Yeah, I don't know. I've been here the entire time.
I know that. Boom, Laura. Boom, back. Sometimes because when you get are you with your phone?
No, but I'm upstairs rather than downstairs, so that might have something to do with it.
No, because when you're on your phone or you receive a text or something happened, the Zoom doesn't disconnect, but the camera just stops working momentarily. Yeah. So the things I was saying, very good, Georgios. Yes, it's too soon. The resolution, and this is like if you leap with the quavers, well, that's not that important. Yes, I mean everything is important, but not crucial. This is vital. Yes. Because this has to do with structure and ornamental. Yes, when you resolve something, the resolution is always on strong. The strong part. What you did here was to prolong, by the neighboring note, the dissonance. Yes, the resolution should be here, on the third beat. Here you can put this could have been correct. You have an anticipation, yeah. you could have done an E. Remember, you can do this. You can insert a note. There's a consonant. It has to be a consonant. Yes, before the actual resolution. Okay. So this would have been like this. Yeah. Or an anticipation. Anticipation to make it stronger. Yes, but careful with the resolutions, please. I must say that you behave really well with octaves and parallel octaves and parallel fifths. Very good. And then you have this octave here, but you have 3 crotchets in the middle, so beautiful. Yes. Okay, except these things, very good. The only thing is that I see is there's no, I mean, there's a climax here, right? And I was trying to see melodically it works because also the climax is on the 3rd beat, and this by leap, it's taken by leap, compensated, so amazing. The rhythm in general, how did you think about that? I mean, remember acceleration or deceleration of the rhythm?
I didn't think a lot of that.
That is one of the most important things. I mean, yes, I can observe some things, but I don't see a clear intention. That's why I asked. Yes, and this, as a composer, it has to be mastered, because this is when you compose music, you have to be very aware of this. Yeah. Okie dokie, very good, very good. Let's go to Laura. The same thing. Let's listen to it. Okay. And again, anyone wants to tell me something, they're free to do it. Georgios.
Same for the quavers.
Same.
Fine. That's it.
That the quavers are in the 3rd beat and not on the... Yes. You see, what he's saying is you have 3rd beat, 3rd beat, 3rd beat, very pretty consistently. All of them. So yes, it's true. Quavers always by step. Yeah. You have... There's something, well, for example, here. Yeah. You said by the rules, yes, but arpeggiations like this, or I would dare to say this, yes, and also, well, you have it is. What does you have there?
That's right.
Yes, I mean, there are 2 problems with that tritone.
I mean, if you resolve on a
Okay,
chord.
so the problem is not resolved by step. And there's another problem as well. I mean minor, but
Strong beat.
exactly, you're in a strong beat, in the third beat. Yes. You could have put this, yeah. So it's a neighboring, but all the same is on the strong beat, yeah. And I come in again. Yes, arpeggiations here, Laura. Yes, that doesn't have any melodic value. Yeah, if you do this, you have a neighboring. You're prolonging the F. That is a reason to have those two Fs there. Yeah. So remember, you have to take care about the melody. Yeah, as well. That's another thing. This bar. What is going on with this bar?
Are you like asking me what's going on?
I'm throwing the question out there. The one that wants to take it, feel free.
I mean, again, what I said is what I see. The quavers on the third beat.
The quavers on the third beat, yes. How about the resolution as well?
If it was on the second beat, and then it would be fine. Well, yeah, it would be fine.
You have the resolution is a C. I mean, this is a suspension.
If the quavers were on the second beat and the resolution was on the third beat, it would be fine.
There you go. Exactly. I don't know if that's clear, Laura.
I think so.
Yeah? Okay. Then. Well, too close to be there. Yes. What is the distance between octaves and fifths in general?
I thought they just couldn't be next to each other.
No. I'm going to have a heart attack. No. Next to each other. Those are part of fifths and octaves. No, they can't. Can't be. Sorry. What's the distance, more or less? Well, more or less, no. What's the distance?
But I'm not sure. Is it a bar between the two, or is it a bar from one to the other? I assume it's between them, because if it's a bar and the bar, it will be on the first beat and on the first beat. And that will be very perceivable. So I assume it's a note, bar, note. I assume.
Yes. That's the best. The best. Yes. Although you can have, if the melody is, requires it, because you have built your climax, yes, for any number of reasons, you can have a 3, in this case, for example, 3 crochets, so a little bit less than a bar. So 3 crochets in between them, yes. But in this case, you have, yes. Also, the place in which the fifths and the octaves are placed plays a very important role. If the octaves or the fifths are on the first or third beats, yeah, very noticeable. And in this case, they are both on the third. So try to avoid them as much as you can. Or if not, you say, okay, if you see them that they're on the second, on the fourth, yeah, it's much better. Yeah, it's not a crime. There were things, but careful with that. And the resolutions again, yes, as we said. And then let me see the rhythm. Rhythm. Also because, I mean, and again, no, but same thing. A, E, G, D. This one is a very close one. You have just a crochet there. Yes. And then you have the third beat and the first beat. Yes. So they're very, very noticeable. How do you manage the rhythm?
I didn't really think too much into the rhythm.
I see. That's why I'm asking again. Because one of the things that also we have to start like managing, yes, which is much more important than, again, yes, that, okay, if you have a parallel fifth, a parallel octave, or the quavers are on the fourth beat, or the second beat, or the first beat, yeah, is that idea of the distribution of the rhythm. Well, what I see is too much of this tam ta ta tam ta ta pam pa pa pam pa pa pim pa pa pam pa pa pam pa pa pam pa pa pam. Yeah, that it sounds much more repetitive than anything. Yes, anything else. Yeah. But again, Laura, I cannot be very hard with you because you're a pianist. Not because that's not important, but it's much harder to think about how to compose a rhythm, yes, than for the Georgios or Iris, yeah. All the same, at least be aware of that, because when you're playing, yes, say, oh, okay, the composer is accelerating rhythmically. Maybe he's telling me something, yeah. But just be aware, yeah. But very well done, very good. And now, last but not least, Georgios. And again, we're going to listen to it. And then they're all invited, Georgios included, to say something. Very good, Georgios. Very good. Well, I clearly see that there's a rhythmic distribution, first of all. And a clear climax as well. Even almost like anticlimax.
Two climax.
Exactly.
Yes.
Well, instead of me saying something, explain your exercise, first of all. The idea.
So I start slowly with the fourth species. Fourth, yes.
Good choice.
The suspensions. Then I accelerate a bit with the tam pam 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 pam, and then I reach the first climax on the C. And I accelerate more than half only crotches, tim pam pam pam, fall. And after I fell, I go a bit slower again. I use the four species once. Again, not gradually, not immediately semi-breathes. Again, still a bit tam pam 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 again for species. Then again, I reach another climax, the 13th bar. I use some more crochets. Then I slow down, finish.
That is excellent, Georgios. Yes, that is the mind of a composer. That is the idea that you have to do. You have to have. It's like I did this and I did that and I did that and I did that, and then I accelerated the harmony, and then I created another climax, and then because that is what you do when you compose. Yes, that's it. Or at least when you analyze the pieces, saying, "Oh, okay, this composer did this and this and this and this and that." So, okay, this is very interesting. But yes, very good, Georgios. Very, very, very well thought. Very well organized. Because very clear. I mean, and also, I don't know if this happens to you, but as soon as you see an exercise with clear intention, you notice. You notice. You just see it. You just see the, like he said, yes, the suspension, this upbeat, bam, ba, ba, bam, ba, ba, but for a reason. In this case, for example, not to compare badly. Yes, we are working here. But that dum, da, da, dum, da, da, dum, it was in your exercise. You see that you can, is how you use the things that you have available. If you have bam, ba, bam, with very randomly notes, at the end, you don't need an upbeat at the end. Actually, you have to slow down at the end. Yeah? So it's not what you have available, how you use it. In this case, there was a reason why. He started slow, then that da-da-dum, da-da-dum, yes, that long, short makes an acceleration towards the first climax. By leap on the third beat. so it's correctly, well put. And then you have, yes, very good. After that acceleration, that slow decay, but with an acceleration of the surface rhythm. A prolonged, G, F, E, D, C. So it's a very slow A prolonged, no? G to the C, but then F, and then E, and then D, and then C. C on the third beat, which should be. So from the C to the C. So you clearly says all that climax went down and down and down and down and down and down to the octave. Not any note, the octave. Yes. Okay, G is just an I imagine is a ornamentation to the F. And by the way, the F is the only note that was not skipped because it's here, but not stronger present, but now yes. And then in response of the question that you make before, it is, for example, in this case, you have a leap. You have I'm going to point out that this is exactly the same leap. It's a fourth. But in this case, you have a D. So it makes a 6 with a D. That's fine. Yes, it's not the leap. Yes, it's to the other note, and if it clashes or not. And again, inertia. Yes, I think, Georgios, I'm by 2 4th B flat.
As well.
Sorry?
The previous bar as well. C, G.
C, G, there you go. Yes. Yes, you're absolutely there. I didn't pay so much attention, to be honest. You know why? Because the C, for me, structurally, belonged to another thing.
Yes.
The C is a resting place from from that climax. And also because it is a resting place, let's say, because it's the resolution. The G, for me, I said immediately, well, this G is just an ornament. This is more structural. Yeah. So I mean, it is. You might say, oh, but it's a little bit of fifth, if even more important than this, because it's a fifth. but for me it doesn't have
Hmm.
connection. I don't know if what I'm saying, I mean, yeah, it has sense to you, but Iris and Laura, do you see what we are talking about here, about the intervals? Yes, that you see notes, but, and this is also extremely important for Laura, because you're going to see a lot of notes in the compositions you have to play, but you have to understand where do they belong, to the end of a phrase, to the beginning of the other one, yeah? If they're structural, if they're ornamental, yeah? So this is, again, I sustain that is an ornamentation of the F. And the leap of the fourth, yes, is first of all, the next phrase, subphrase, and is ornamental and it's not structural. Yes. And then you have the first climax, insistence, but resolution. Yes. This is not a proper suspension. That's why we went up my thinking. Yes, it's the fifth, so you can go anywhere. Although the first time that you used the quavers is to reinforce the climax. Very good detail. Very, yeah. That's why it's not what you have available, how to use it. He never used, for example, you see Iris and Laura, he never used a single quaver before. He used it when he needed to use it. When he had a purpose, when he had a motif, not because of ping, 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 the quavers, all chop. That's the mind of a composer here. So, and now, well, it comes the relaxation, yes, and also this is very different to this because it's just a pure ornamentation to give the last energy to the cadence, in which you ended with the four pieces. Beautiful exercise. Yes, and then the most important thing of these counterpoint exercises, by the way, yes, that they started to be, they're more demanding. Yes, they're much more demanding. I mean, they all said something that, okay, we had a lot of things to use. Yeah, having a lot of things to use can represent two things: a very good thing, because when you know your tools available, yes, you feel more free. But if you don't know what you have available, this it can backfire pretty seriously. Yeah, that's why the counterpoint you see, or I hope you see, that's why we start with one note against one note, and then two notes against one note, and then four notes against one note. Yes, if we had started with the fifth, that would have you couldn't have handled it. I mean, you, me, when I started, anyone. Yeah, doesn't matter who, but because you cannot handle that. Yes, so even when at some point when you teach or when you compose, yes, also when you start with the sentences and the periods, you can handle that. You cannot start with a sonata. Yeah, so very good, very good. Now next time we're going to start with, I'm not going to ask you, yes, to make another one of these exactly the same, because we're going to add one new topic, which is invertible counterpoint. Yes, and then you're going to have to make another one of the, now fifth piece is going to be the species. Yes, that's it. That is called free counterpoint. Yeah, but it will go in invertible counterpoint. Yes, I'm going to introduce you a little bit of what is that, yes. But in a nutshell, yes, is the technique that allows you to have a line, can be a cantus. I mean, in our case, it's going to be a cantus firmus, and then a free counterpoint on the upper voice, and the same voice works upper, like an upper voice and a lower voice. Yes, it's not that tricky, really. Yes, you just have to see that the fifths will be fourths. Yes, when you invert a fifth, but becomes a fourth. Yes, so you have to treat the fourths as fourths and the fifths as fourths, and that's it. Because the seconds are sevenths and octaves are unisons, and thirds and then sixths are the same. So there you go. Yes, not that complicated.